What is bilingualism? According to the American Speech Language Hearing Association, ASHA, a bilingual child is a child who is fluent in at least two different languages. One language might be stronger than the other depending on exposure, experiences, and tasks. Learning two languages can happen at birth simultaneously or after the first language is established.
Facts about bilingualism in Canada. 18% of Canadians are bilingual, which is a bilingualism record. 75% of speakers of an unofficial language reside in Montreal, Ottawa-Gatineau, Toronto, Calgary, Edmonton, and Vancouver. 70% of people who speak an unofficial language as their mother tongue also speak English or French regularly at home. Most frequently spoken languages at home, other than English and French, are Mandarin, followed by Cantonese, Punjabi, Spanish, Tagalog, and Arabic.
Language acquisition milestones. The developmental milestones are consistent across monolingual and bilingual children. Bilingual children develop early vocabulary at the same rate as monolinguals. Although bilingual children might seem like they say and understand fewer words in a single language, the total number of words in both languages are equal to those of children who speak one language. If the following milestones are not reached on time, then the speech and language of bilingual children need to be evaluated.
By 6 months, your child should make lots of vowel sounds like oo, ah, and e. Try to copy sounds you made. Turn towards you when you speak. Make more consonant sounds like aga and da. Make squealing or grunting sounds.
By 9 months, your child should use sounds and/or gestures to tell you that they want something. Make babble sounds like mama mama or baba baba baba. Take turns making sounds with you.
By 12 months, your child should link different sounds together as if they are talking. Say 3 to 5 different words.
By 18 months, your child should understand more words than they could say, follow simple instructions without gestures, answer what questions, use 20 or more words, and use new words every week. Start to put two words together.
By 24 months, your child should say 150 to 300 different words. Use 2-word combinations like me go or more cookie. Is understood by those familiar to them about 2/3 of the time.
By 3 years old, your child should say 900 to 1,000 different words, use 3-word sentences, ask questions like who, where, and why, speak about past events, tell a simple story.
By 4 years old, your child should use 4 to 5-word sentences, tell you their first and last name and age, tell a short story with a beginning, middle, and end.
Typical second language acquisition circumstances. First one, interference transfer. First language interfere or transfer to second language. Number 2, silent period. While learning the second language, the children might be active listeners before they can produce the language. Number 3, code switching. Change languages throughout sentences. Number 4, language loss. First language might be lost if it is not reinforced.
4 typical errors that are made by children learning English as a second language are 1. Prepositions. So prepositions, for example, in and on, of both languages might be misused when using English. 2. Multi-purpose verbs. Multi-purpose verbs, such as make and put, might be misused by children learning English. 3. Grammar and syntax. children might follow the syntax and grammar rules of their first language when using English. And 4. Vocabulary and semantics. This is when you substitute one word from one language with another language. Some myths and facts about bilingual language development. Myth number 1. Speaking 2 or more languages to a child can confuse them, so it is better to only speak one language. Fact. All children are capable of learning multiple languages, including children with developmental delays and learning disabilities. Myth number 2. It is better for families to only speak the language taught in school to their children, even if they do not speak the language well. Fact. Families should speak the language they are most comfortable speaking, so children are given rich linguistic models and can interact best with other members of their community. Myth number 3. Young bilingual children are delayed in learning language compared to peers who only speak one language. Fact. Bilingualism does not cause language delays and has been shown to improve children's ability to learn new words, identify sounds, and problem solve. Myth number 4. Bilingual children should not mix parts of the languages they speak. Fact. Translanguaging occurs when individuals grammatically mix aspects of the languages they speak. It fosters cultural and metalinguistic awareness. Myth number 5. Children become bilingual just by listening to people around them speaking the second language. Fact. Learning language is an active process that requires many opportunities for children to practice communicating in context with others. Listening and responding are both crucial for developing competence.
How to promote bilingual development. Speak in the language that you are most comfortable with your child. Do not change the language you use at home. Speaking in your native tongue at home provides children with the best language model possible in that language. Promote use and exposure to a language via books, music, etc. in that language. Do not pressure your child to speak in certain language. Suggest that they play sports or do things in the community to help them learn more from the other kids.
Advice for parents. 1. Learning 2 languages does not confuse children. 2. Children do not need to have separate experiences for the 2 languages to be learned. 3. Acquiring 2 languages requires longer time than learning a single language. 4. A dominant language in bilingual children is not the same as having a single language. 5. A child's total vocabulary in both languages is the best way to measure their learning of language. 6. A bilingual child can have different strengths in different areas of each of their languages. 7. Quality and quantity matter. The speed at which a bilingual child will develop a language depends on the quality and quantity of exposure to that language. 8. Exposure to each language is different, so a bilingual child's ability in each language will differ. 9. Parents who speak in their native tongue to their child should continue to do so.
Language differences versus language disorder. A language differences often happen in a second language simply as a result of learning and developing the second language. Although other speakers of the language may think it's a delay, it's a completely normal process. Children with a language difference will have acquired appropriate language skills in their native or first language. A child has a language disorder when both their first and second languages are delayed in terms of comprehension and/or expression. A child with a language disorder will have trouble communicating in both their first and second language. This is not caused by learning a second language.
How can a speech-language pathologist or SLP help? If you have any concerns regarding your child's language, do not hesitate to contact an SLP. Talk to your doctor, preschool, or school teachers, and they can help provide you with a referral. An SLP will assess the child's language. An interpreter or an SLP who can speak the child's native tongue may be used in the process. If it is found that your child has a language disorder, the SLP will develop personalized goals for therapy for your child. The SLP will work with you and your family to help your child reach their linguistic potential.